We're working a weird time. Hey, what's up, Adam? What's a good word, sir? Brent has been through the ringer over the past weekend, and so we had to defer recording until this exact minute. So, and also poor the Brent. You know, normally I don't feel sorry for you, but you've been sick too. What's been wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm broken. I'm broken, man. I'm as broken as a water pipe.
Well, but now you're on the comeback trail, brother.
Well, I'm as patched as a water pipe.
Listen, you also, I'm always around. You didn't want to tap my extensive plumbing abilities.
Yeah. I asked Dad about your extensive plumbing abilities, but I already had his phone number, so I didn't need to call you and ask.
Let me tell you a story. I don't know, I may have told this on the show. Earlier, in fact, it was almost a year ago, snow was on the ground, that's why I know.
Uh-huh.
There's this weird pipe that comes up in my bathroom. Dad said it used to be a water softener. All right? It literally, in my laundry room, there's just two pipes that come up and join, okay? And we didn't know what they were, but they'd started leaking. And I said, Dad, these pipes are leaking. What can we do? And Dad's like, nah, no problem. He came down, and he started fiddling with it, and he made the leak worse, okay? He's like, wait a minute, I got a cunning plan. So he did this other thing, and then water shot out as fast as water could come out, like it's come out of a hydrant.
Right.
It was flooding my flooding my kitchen. It flooded my laundry room, and we were taking buckets and dump them in the sink as quick as we could fill them, and we weren't fast enough. Buckets. I said, listen, Dad, me and Luke are trying to keep bailing this. Go out with your special tool and turn off the water, because Dad's got a tool to turn the water off. It's this thing, it's like a gimmick that you turn like this.
Uh-huh.
All right, because this water was coming in directly from the street. There was no valve to turn it off in the house. So the old man goes out there. Thank you, Mitsuyama, my friend. Anyway, the old man goes out the front yard, and he's gone for like 15 minutes. And it goes fast because we're bailing, continuously bailing. I said, Luke, keep bailing. I'm going to go see what's going on with Dad. And Dad was out in the front yard laying face down on the dirt and the snow. I go, Dad, what's wrong? He goes, listen, the turnoff valve's frozen shut, and also I can't get up. Because my dad's on braces. He's got post-polio syndrome. He's got braces on his legs. I'm like, oh, my God.
And he's a cancer survivor.
And he's an old man. So I'm like, oh, my God. And so I take the tool to shut the water off. And you know, remember that episode of The Incredible Hulk where he got those superpowers where he can move the car? That's the whole reason David Bruce Banner went into the gamma chamber, because he couldn't save his wife. I had such power. And I managed to turn the water thing off. And then Dad couldn't get up, and I couldn't lift him up. So I had to go into the house and get his folding steel chair and just keep battering it. No. And then set it up, and Dad was able to lift himself up onto the chair, and I could help him up and get him in the house. So he almost froze to death. Long story short, at the exact moment where water shot up out of those tubes, shooting up, I looked at Dad, because Dad's a rock. I said, Dad, what do we do now? He looked at me with his eyes this wide. He goes, we panic. That's what he said. That's a true story. We panic, and panic we did. So I understand your plight, my friend.
Well, let me explain how it went down for us.
Come on, step a little later, boy.
It was...
Hey, Spinny.
I was like, man, it's getting really cold. Because it was really cold. And my house is ancient.
Yeah.
It's like from the 1940s.
Yeah.
And it's also been picked up and rotated. So it's
What's up, pets?
It's an old house. So we were like, man, it's getting cold. We should probably trickle some water.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So we go over and it's me, my wife Terry, and my daughter Lexi. And we're at faucets, and we're like, yeah. It's like, all right, that one's trickling, that one's trickling. And I hear, nothing's coming out of this one. I was like, okay, well, okay. I was like, well, that's odd. I was like, yeah, well, that's probably bad. let's put some heaters specifically in this bathroom to start warming it up.
Yeah.
So we put the heaters in the bathroom, and we're not just going to sit there and watch it. What's the point?
Yeah.
So we sit down. About a half an hour later, Terry just screams from the back, "Help! Help!"
Yeah.
So Lexi goes running, and I'm reclined back because I'm sick this entire time. I mean, like flu level sick.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get up, but I'm old, fat, stupid, and wanting to die at this point.
Plus lazy.
Well, no, this is the one time where lazy doesn't apply. So I get there, and my bathroom is 2 inches deep in water.
Yeah.
All of it. The entire bathroom. It's leaking out into our bedroom.
This is that bathroom, yeah.
Back bathroom.
The only one that hasn't been destroyed yet.
So I said, okay, we need to turn off the water. Because we've got turn-off valves on all we're good. We're good there. We've got turn-off valves on all of our things. I go to turn the water off. It goes pink, and the whole valve just snaps off in my hand. And where there was once a turret of water,
Yeah.
it is now a cascading death flow.
Oh, no.
So I'm standing there with the valve in my hand. I'm like, we've got to turn the water off the main shut-off valve. And she's like, outside. I was like, no, we've got one in the basement. So we all run down to the basement, right?
The bum. Even the bum had to react to that.
So we all run down to the basement. And the problem is my son used to live in the basement. And it's like 8,000 nukes have went off in every forest in the nation and filled my basement with wood because he does crafts, woodworking and whatnot.
Time for that to go.
So we're gathering up, we're clearing a way, because how often do you have to get to your water shut-off valve? Like, never.
Yeah.
So we're clearing a path, and Terry is way smaller than I am, right? I'm at least 2 times like the size of Terry, if not 3, in every dimension. So Terry's able to squeeze back there, and she's like, which one? And I look, and you know the movie where it does that deadpan? It's like scrolls real far away real fast?
Yeah.
There's like 40 valves up on this wall. And I'm like, I don't know. Just start turning all of them.
Yeah.
So we're turning all the valves. And the one main valve we need, neither of us see because it's a different type. So we're turning the valves. We're sending people upstairs. It's still flow. Okay, we all run back downstairs. Eventually, we find the valve. We get it shut off. And I'm like, this sucks. Because it's like...
this is what?
the 23rd.
Yeah.
Everything...
That's when the temperature plummeted.
Yeah.
It went down like 40 degrees.
23rd. So it's already... Everywhere's already closed. So I'm like, listen... We're just going to let's just clean up, and I'll go out tomorrow, Christmas Eve, bright and early, get the stuff, fix it, no problem. And again, I'm so hepped up on cold medication and stuff, I don't know what's going on. I'm having a little...
Usually you're oblivious anyway.
Well, no,
so now
that's so
you're
not true.
oblivious.
So, we go to bed, we clean up, and we go to bed. No water in the house. So we wake up, and we have jugs of water that we're using to brush teeth, flush toilets, to the best of our ability. So we have to give water to the cats and stuff. Next morning, I get up, and I go, and I buy parts to fix the problem.
Yeah.
New valves. Putting new valves on the thing. I go to Home Depot, first time, get everything I need, bring it back. It's the wrong size. Because this has been dad specialed, this particular valve and crap.
My dad is the sketchy tech of plumbing, wiring a house. I got it straight from him. My dad's just like me, except more skilled.
Yeah, and you're just like him. You don't get to just
That's
skip
right.
generations.
You're right. I'm just like him. God, I love that man.
So the line to the faucet changes like 7 times before it actually gets to the faucet.
Oh, yeah.
So wrong parts. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I mean, I get up early early. It's Christmas Eve. I get up at like before 10.
Dude.
I get up before 10. I get this stuff, bring it back, not the right stuff.
Hey, Rob.
I'm like, okay, let's go back to the Home Depot. I buy more stuff. And I bring it all back. And I make my first repair because I have to repair 2 water pipes. The cold and the hot froze. I don't even want to talk about it. Put the first one on. And I go, all right, Terry, I got this fixed. Run down to the basement, turn it on, see what happens. She runs down there, turns it on. Thing just geysers. Like it's Las Vegas shooting the fountain. Turn it off, turn it off.
What happened?
Turn it off. She comes up, she's like, did it work? I'm like, no. So I couldn't tell it at the time because I thought the valve was broke because it broke off in my hand. So I didn't know that the pipe below the valve was broke. And you wouldn't know it until there was enough pressure to stop the water. But at that point, it just opened that pipe up and it started spraying. So now I've got to cut the pipe off. Back to Home Depot. I cut the pipe off. Now it's at the transition where it's coming up through the floor. And I can't get the new valve one. So I'm like, all right, this is stupid. I'm just going to cap this thing, turn the water back on. We'll worry about it after Christmas. This is Christmas Eve, by the way. So I go, I get like 6 different caps, depending on where in the pipe I'm going to try to cap it.
Shotgun approach.
Right. I get home, every single one of them was the wrong size. Every single one of them. And now I'm screwed. Home Depot's closed. There is no going back. I am so exhausted. Getting up, and this isn't like some cleverly placed sink where you've got plenty of a Brent-sized hole to get back there. No, it's murder. It's murder pulling back. Plus, obviously, this bathroom is freezing cold. That's why the pipes froze in the first place. And I'm sick. So
yeah. And that's why you couldn't have Dad help you because you didn't want to make him sick.
I didn't want to make anyone sick. So
he didn't care about me, but he wouldn't let me help either.
So
I offered.
So that's the end of Christmas Eve. Now it's Christmas Day. This is day 2 of not having any water in the house.
Merry
you
Christmas.
know, you don't realize how much water is nice until you can't flush a toilet.
Oh, I realize.
Because at this point we're out of supplies and it's Christmas.
Yeah.
So I tell the kid, I was feeling better, right? But I was still sick, and because of Christmas Eve, I was gone. I was done. There was no Christmas for me.
Christmas, you took that day to sleep.
So I tell the wife, I tell the kids, or the kids are adults, they can do whatever they want. I said, just go enjoy Christmas. I don't want to get anyone sick. I'm feeling horrible. I just want to die. So please go so I can die in peace. So they go and they're checking in on me, of course, and they're bringing me food and all
I did spend Christmas with your wife and your daughter.
That's right.
Because I was at Mom and Dad's for a real nice Christmas day.
That's right.
Sorry.
So, and by the way, Curtis, this is all in my basement, my unfinished basement. It's
even less finished now.
Well, I don't know. Depends if you want to add in a pool. So now Christmas comes and go, no water. It is now the day after Christmas.
Yesterday.
Yes. I go and I buy hundreds of dollars worth of plumbing stuff.
Yeah, just everything.
Because it doesn't matter. I am so fed up.
You want something
with
to be done.
Everything.
So you bought a bunch of crap you don't need, but you didn't know.
I went into the basement, and the basement.
There's what? What?
So we thought everything was shut off.
Yeah. No.
With the valve to coming into the house, you can't shut it all the way off.
Yeah, you have to shut off at the street.
So while the trickle had stopped upstairs, the hole in the pipe in the basement flowed like wine.
Oh, no.
And we have a moat. A moat.
Did it get to the arcade
in
machine?
the basement? No.
Oh, thank God.
So it is a go above your shoes wet down there.
Really? What about your basement? Oh.
It doesn't go to that corner of the basement.
Because he's got a water removal.
I have a sump pump with French drains and everything.
So you're gonna have to. You're going to shoot
Shop
the water
vac.
over to the drain.
Shop vac.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Did
So
it freeze down there?
well, no. At this point, the weather has turned.
I was just saying because you could
Nicer.
skate down there.
So I'm so done, and my wife and I are on the brink of that huge fight. That's not even about anything. It's just the build up and the release, right?
Yeah.
We're there. We're there. So tensions are high. I get down there with hundreds of dollars worth of plumbing stuff, and I just cut the line, put on the cap, turn on the water. It's leaking somewhere else. Turn the water off, cut the pipe, put on a cap, and I do this for a total of 4 times until I get one line running back upstairs where we have water in our bathroom, and I have one line capped off. And that's where we sit right now.
I see. So you're not through yet.
Oh no, I'm done. I'm done. I mean, yes. Eventually, I wish I'd have taken a picture of it. The pipe down there. When I bought the house was an absolute disaster. Aaron, can you attest to that?
Yeah, me and the old man did a lot of work in that house. What's up, Flash?
I mean, we took out literal tons of garbage when I bought the house because the people in there before had just destroyed it. And I was a young lad. This was 15, 16 years ago. Maybe more than that. 20, 25 years ago.
No, you haven't been in the house that long. Are you nuts?
I've been in there, Aaron. Right now I'm 45.
Okay, I guess it was. Go ahead.
So, yeah, if you're old
Don't
now.
lose your voice.
So, when I bought the house
was a death hole.
I had to have the money to buy the house plus fix the house. So, the people I had doing the work to fix this house was not your cream of the crop. In fact, they were literally, I mean, this was grab a truck, go down to the hardware store and get some folks type of thing.
It was me, Dad, and this other guy.
So, I have a pipe, Aaron, and you've probably never noticed this because I didn't notice it until today, that goes under all the floorboards, all the rafters, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to drill through the rafters like you're supposed to.
I know exactly the pipe. Big
And
plastic
then-
white pipe.
No, not even worried about that one. So it goes under all the rafters and then goes into the wall, behind the drywall, and then back out of the wall. It literally just curves behind the drywall for like 2 feet, and then they cut a hole in the drywall and poked it back out.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. we also found because the hit parade's just starting, man.
You're gonna lose your voice with complaining.
Strike up the band.
No,
we found a 6-foot snake skin hanging from the ceiling of the basement.
Oh yeah, don't get down there. Yeah.
Going up, you know where the skin is literally hanging from the ceiling, going into the main area of the house. Now, obviously, that snake is long gone, right? Because the basement was frozen. If he was down there, he's dead. But no, I mean, this thing has probably been there for 10 years, 15 years.
You better hope.
And because this is literally, it's hard to explain this. This section of my basement, I don't live in like some Uber mansion where you don't visit, or you don't visit like 40 rooms of your house. But this particular corner of my basement has been taken over by my son. And I've written it off, right? It's just, you just don't go back there. There's nothing that can be gained. I can't pay the Sherpa fees, okay?
So make him clean that.
Oh, yeah. So, on top of all this water stuff, we find this huge snake skin. And then, because the universe, you know Dan's taunt in Street Fighter, where he rolls, yeah. And he jumps up, he does the thumbs up thing.
Yeah.
Just the universe was doing its ultimate taunt, and it followed up with my main heater, the heater that heats my entire house, went out yesterday. Oh, and after all the flooding, and after all the water, and it just stopped. So you don't notice it. It's not like you started smelling or anything. It just stopped. And I was sitting there. I was like, I noticed I was starting to get cold. I was like, can you hear the heater? Terry's like, I don't think it's running. Stone dead. I did get it fixed. It was a wiring issue.
You rewired a heater?
No, I fixed the wiring on a heater.
I hope you checked it real good.
So, and now, that brings us to now, where I had to work alone, run the store by myself today. And now I'm here doing this show.
But don't you feel better after venting?
Now my throat hurts.
When he came over here, I go, hey, how'd it go at the house? Every time you wait and fix it, he said, I don't want to talk about it. And then he just went on for 20 minutes talking about it. Because you find people bring it out of them. Very cathartic. Very good, man. I know you had a rough go of it. I do. I am sympathetic to your cause, my friend. You know what'll make you feel better? A rundown of everything we did in the past year. All the sky highs, all the dismal basement dwelling lows, and everything in between. The soft caramely center. All can be yours. Are you ready to do this thing?
Yeah.
Can you get a little more fired up than that?
No.
Come on. And also, he wore a green shirt in here today. I had to make him take his shirt off. You dipstick. Look. You're killing me.
So now I'm cold and sad.
No, now. Don't tell the people you're sad before the show starts. Brock, listen, if that couldn't draw you in... Nothing can. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Petzl clearly drinking. He's obviously delusional. Listen, he's not sad and broken, Ed, but don't you stop. Now see what you've done. It's a pity party now. Would you come on? Now listen, have a big drink of your pop.
You mean the soda that I opened and immediately dropped the lid to?
He did do
that one? That's the one you want me to take a big drink out of? Let me just pour it all over my head, Aaron.
He did do. We might have to release this pre-show. This is the most pathetic tale of woe I've ever heard in my whole life. Oh, man. I shouldn't laugh. I mean, I'm not laughing at you. It's I don't have an end way to end that statement.
To be fair, the universe doesn't normally kick me around. But boy, when it does, it just lines up for the testicles and just goes to town.
It's Raphael Septien all over you. All right. With all that said, we got to pull it together, brother. Now, listen, we've all had our cross to bear, L. Curtis Boyle, my friend, my good friend. But he gets it. We all get it. But what do? When crap like this happens, you rise up like a man or woman, and you raise everything. You take care of your business. And then when you're done, you're like, yes, universe, screw you. One more for me. That's what you do.
No, you don't. You beg off.
No, you're not Ric Flair. You don't beg off. All right, here we go, everybody. We're gonna fire this sucker up. Year in review. Here we go.